Hello and welcome to another video where I have a full glass of water that I've recovered and another speed painting to watch that's a bit different from the usual, so let's get into it. Bit different, and the reason being is that the source that this character has come from is different because I've been requested by my brother to draw him a character. And the first thing that popped into my mind is YouTube content. So I said okay, and here we are. He asked for I believe they're called kitsune, female character with blonde hair, white tail, and fur areas. That's a weird way to put it. As well as following a blue and white color scheme, my own style with sort of a Japanese inspired outfit in this crouching position. So that's what we did. I drew it out traditionally first, sketched it, and then we moved into doing it digitally. Right off the bat, yeah, so this was a request from my brother. I have a feeling I'm doing this for free. I probably am because he's my brother. But I most certainly don't take requests. As of right now, anyways. In the current state of time, how everything is, with my schedule specifically and skill level wise, I'm not really qualified for a freelancing artist. And I don't take requests, so don't really try to leave me requests, because I will do my best to fulfill them, but it's also not at a level that, is really good. That's why, basically, like, the whole reason for this channel is to give me an excuse to improve my art, and to get to that comfortable level where I'm like, yeah, I could start asking people for money, but I'm not there yet. And it's a bit complex. I've been getting badgered by people, and their advice is like, it's not like they're like nagging me type thing. They're giving me advice for a specific pathway that I'm not quite ready to go down yet. A lot of them are telling me to do freelancing and like take job offers and do design sessions for like other people, but they don't understand that there are a few things that stops me from doing that. The reason why I took this request is because A, it's for my brother, B, I'm not getting paid, and C, like, content for YouTube. Like, those are the three reasons why, but there are a lot more reasons why I'm held back from doing freelancing. This is gonna get very ranty, by the way, if you haven't gotten the hint, but I feel like this is an appropriate video because this is a request drawing that I've done, and probably one out of like the only one that I'll ever really do at the moment in my current state. But yeah, I feel like I need to specify this. The reason why I started YouTube, and I think I've said this before, but now I can't remember, is just to give me a deadline and a reason to do art again, because I haven't done it for a while, and it's hard to find a reason to do art when you're not in an art school or an art program, right? And I understand freelancing is a good way to make income, probably, to be honest, better than YouTube, because people who aren't necessarily in YouTube or whatever can ask you for things and you could provide it to them, and they pay you. But here's the thing, you need skills to do that, and my digital art, I feel like, is not at a skill level that enables me or gives me like the ability to do freelancing. My voice is getting dry already, I'm sorry. I was talking all day this morning because I had like a meeting for a team project. Anyways. So, yeah, I'm not at a skill level right now in art that will be a good spot to start freelancing. Because A, I don't know my style. I'm still trying to work that out. B, I'm not comfortable with digital art. And C, like, I can see a whole bunch of flaws already, just glancing at art pieces that I've done, and I'm like, those flaws are technically not acceptable, especially if people are paying and looking for a professional. Like, already right off the bat with this piece alone, the composition of the tail is wrong. I've realized that now. I did fix it in the future, but I don't get to show it to you because that's his final copy. But the composition of the tail is wrong. Some shading issues. I have malfunctions with the clothes and foldings of the clothes. Those are some details that I want to work on in the future, but I haven't quite gotten the time or gotten there yet to fix that and study that. Some other things would be the anatomy, because that foot, like the legs itself, is a bit weird and wonky, so that's another thing. And I understand where people are coming from when they give me advice and they're telling me, like, do an online portfolio and then people will seek you out and ask you for jobs. But that's the thing, right? I'm not looking to get asked for jobs at this moment because my skill isn't as good for someone who's doing professional art. Like, I need to sharpen it up more, and I can't do that while I'm getting pressured to do freelancing projects. So that's unfortunately how it is. And I appreciate it. I am going to take those advice, like an online portfolio. I do want to make an online portfolio. That is something that I am researching right now. I'm looking into doing the online portfolio, my own website where I can put all my pieces on, and like maybe do a bit of a blog thing in the section, because I know Wix enables that. Like, I will do that in the future. I'm looking how to do a portfolio because some people want it very specific. But as of right now, I'm just trying to get through my school, which, by the way, isn't in arts. So, like, there's a lot of pressure because it's in the sciences and things like that. So I'm just trying to get through that, as well as hold together this YouTube channel. And yeah, like, until I improve my skills and I have time, like, underline time, highlight, circle it, put NB beside it. Until I have that time, I can't really accept freelancing projects. And I understand where they're coming from, because, like, that's how artists can make money, freelancing. But I am not at that point right now to do that. But I will take advice of starting an online portfolio. That's something I want to do and I'm looking into, because people want a specific, like, format. They have tips for what people are looking for in a portfolio, such as the, like, different mediums that you play with, and also showing the different projects you've done and past works. But some of them also wants pictures of you actually in your studio and doing the work and things like that. So I'm working on formulating a portfolio, but once again, it's not quite just for, like, oh, freelancing artist, I'm looking for you, because I am not quite at a level that I can do that right now. To put this into perspective of levels, right? Out of all of the pieces that I've done, there's only one that I really like, and that I'm proud of, and you could see the progress, but that's like one out of maybe like 50 pieces, and that is not great. It shows that I'm inconsistent, for one, and that I still have a lot of room to grow and develop my skills, develop a style, and things like that. And that sort of has to come first before I have people starting to challenge my style and starting to challenge me as an artist type thing. Because, yes, like, great, I have, like, talent or something like that. I have the skills and things like that. But it's also, like a millimeter above average. Like, it's above average, yes, but not by a lot. So, yeah, that's sort of the issue. Especially being pressured to do freelancing. It's like, in normal people's eyes, it might look amazing and phenomenal and things like that. But it's also not the best piece. so that is something that stops me from doing freelancing. But here's the thing, right? The purpose of this channel, and like other artists should do, even if you don't have this natural talent or whatever they want to call it, it's just about practice, and I need that, and I need to learn a lot of things before I could even like step foot and say like, yeah, I'm an artist, I freelance, like before I can even start accepting jobs like that. And get challenged in those ways, because I'm already challenged myself through anatomy and clothing and all these things that I don't need the added pressure of me doing it as a job for someone else, right? To satisfy someone else. Like, I'm barely happy with my skills now, and to be like, oh yeah, you should totally do freelancing. I'm like, have you seen the competition? Look at me. Look at the competition. Me? Competition. It's sort of like, you know, the meme where it's like my girlfriend's father, my girlfriend's brother, and then me. Yeah, that's how it feels like. Like, yeah, so that's the issue I have with freelancing. Like, right now, in my current time, like, I barely have time to actually do art and record videos and do the voiceovers and everything, and getting videos out on time. So freelancing right now isn't really an option. And next year, I have like 10 courses for the year. And I don't think freelancing would be a great idea, because that's just not tangible for me at the moment. So maybe like in the future, when I go to graphic design school, then maybe I'll start accepting freelancing jobs, and I'll start putting myself out there and things like that for the art community. But right now, I sort of just want to do YouTube, maybe open up a sticker shop, and then go from there, because those don't involve me having the pressure of people like having to work with people, right? Because I need not just my time, but their time to confirm, deny, and see if they want to fix anything, right? So yeah, that's basically all that I really had to rant about. I don't really have anything else to say about freelancing. All I just want to say right now is just not now. Freelancing is not a current thing, and it won't be until like maybe 2 years when I actually have the time and have the skills to do so. I feel like that really bummed me out a bit, though. It's just been bothering me. Like, I understand people's advice and what they're telling me, but I also don't have that goal of being a freelance artist right now. Like, the whole goal of this whole YouTube channel thing is to mark my progress and like get into a community and just talk about, like, just be myself, and also just have a reason to do art again and to improve. And also, like, my hope was to also get other people to like help me out, and also to contribute to the art society, and just like, oh yeah, there's this tips and tricks for beginners artists, and motivate those beginner artists. Because I don't know how frequently other artists feels about this, like an artist insecurity type thing. And it's not, it makes sense, the reason why I'm thinking this, because you might not see it. To an untrained eye, you might not see any issues, or you might think, oh, you're above average because you could do this. But the thing is that there are so many things that are wrong with the pieces, and yeah, I just need to work on those things, like anatomy and clothes and things like that. So yeah, that's the rant. It's just the goal isn't to be a freelancing artist. That's not the goal. That's not the reason why I have YouTube. The reason for YouTube would be because doing stuff and things. That was my brother, speaking of the devil. The reason why I started YouTube was so then I have a reason to go and... So I have a reason to do art, basically. So yeah, and I just want to be able to have like a creative outlet and be able to create things that I want to create, and it, like explore my styles and explore things that I like to draw. And if I'm given freelance this opportunity, it's not going to be as freeing, and it won't allow me to like go and learn these things. I feel like it'd be too restricting for me. Like for other people, maybe they need that push, and maybe they need someone to tell them like, oh, I want like this fox to be drawn for me, and then they'll go and look up reference. But I just feel like that's so much more pressure than I already put on myself, and I don't need that. So yeah, that's the cut of that rant. Life updates. So yeah, I might be starting a sticker shop. I did a whole bunch of research and things. I've looked for resources such as the sticker paper, packaging things, started looking into design. I think I might redesign some of the packaging stuff, such as the sealing for the stickers and things like that. I looked at outsourcing sticker products, but also like doing it myself. And there are pros and cons to both, so that's something that I've been looking into. And I also think that in the future videos, we have a few lined up. We have the animation for the end card and beginning for the videos, so it's no longer just like this plain thing. It'll be interesting. Just little cute animation to introduce the channel, to the new viewers, just so you know who I am. And I also want to do a sticker design session, and then maybe we'll also do a design session for the props, and then I have some this to that's that I'd like to do. So yeah. I've also been getting back into reading. I haven't read like a book in a long time that isn't for school. But there is one that I was supposed to read in high school, never got to it, and it's called The Unlikely Hero of Room 13B by Teresa Toten. She actually came to visit the school one time. It was for a reading club, and it was interesting. She is fairly diverse, and it's quite interesting because the book goes into OCD and mental health and stuff, and it's quite interesting to see how much effort authors do put into their books. For example, this one, she like literally would gather up boys, because it's written in the perspective of a teenager boy, and she gathered up some boys and asked them certain questions, because one of the scenes that she has, like Adam, the main character, he doesn't really like note the colors of the walls like most books do. Instead, he instantly notes that there's this pretty girl who walks in, and he notes her instead of the room and taking in every single detail. So it's quite interesting. She is a fairly good author. She has written a few different types of books. I believe one of them's a thriller as well. And the book's okay so far. I mean, it's the first read that I've had forever. And I, being like someone who's sort of into writing now, it's grabbing my attention, like all the details and things like that. I feel like there's this small details where some of the sentences, like after the period, usually you have a space, but she doesn't seem to have a space during some of them. So I find that interesting. I'm not sure if it does something to do with the character's OCD, but that one's interesting. And also just grasping the character, because obviously it's a lady who writes it, but it's in the male's perspective, a young teenager boy who I believe is in grade 10. She does some research about it, and I think nails the character pretty well. And she's also done research about OCD, which is sort of an OCD awareness book. So yeah, it's going well. In like a few days, I've only completed like 56 pages, unfortunately. I used to be able to read like 200 pages per day or something, like in 2 hours or something, and it was pretty good. Those were the days, right? I don't know what happened to me. Like, I hit grade 12 and I just stopped reading for my own sake. But yeah, it's nice to pick up a book again, especially getting back into writing. There are some adjustments that I'm making with Chinophile, my own book, that I need to still type up. I haven't done so yet. But yeah, I've just been reading the book, doing school stuff, because we have a big report coming up. Trying to record this audio, I've tried to record it like 5 times now. And as I'm recording, like, the media player for the video editing software is not working, so all I'm watching is a black screen and hoping that I don't miss anything. So school, we're doing this, researching for the sticker shop. That has been interesting, learning new things. I think I will start the sticker shop on Big Cartel. I've already made the shop name. I just need to do some shop designs like the banner and stuff. And start designing some stickers and then printing those out. And we'll see how that goes. So we're gonna do that. Oh, and I also got really good advice to sort of start entering communities and checking them out. So I've been doing that. I've been looking for like other artists who are also just starting out on social media platforms and don't have a lot of following either. And I just want to see how they're doing. Check them out. Maybe make some friends too. That would be pretty awesome. I talk about art. Art techniques and stuff. And yeah, so other than those things, nothing too interesting has been happening. Yeah, the puppy's going in for a shower. He has to bath. He has to bathe. So that's what he's doing. Nothing really interesting has happened. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've just been playing, like, I've been doing schoolwork, doing that. I haven't even, like, played Legend of Zelda in a while. I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I still need to collect some seeds and some shrines and fulfill the requests, but I'm done the main storyline. Yeah. It's just been crazy outside. Oh, I was also talking about fan art with my brother. He's like, we were talking about, going into communities. And I was like, yeah, the easiest way to get into an art community is fan art. But I don't like doing fan art because, as I mentioned before, like, my art skills isn't that great. So, like, I mean, if there is a time where, like, eventually I could get the camera set up and things like that, we might record some traditional art pieces and doing those things because I feel more comfortable with them. It's just my traditional skills is a lot better than my digital skills. The reason probably is that I have 4 more years doing traditional than I do doing digital art, but yeah, maybe I'll throw some examples of my traditional art. Somewhere along the line, I'll throw up my favorite digital art and the 3 different pieces that I've done for it because I've redrawn it like 3 times. I've redrawn it thrice. So I'll maybe show you guys that at some point of time, like now. But yeah, I'm just more comfortable traditionally, and maybe if we get a camera set up, then I'll do some traditional pieces with voiceover commentary. I don't know if people actually likes the commentary, but I feel like it has more characteristics than my actual art pieces. So, yeah. I've also been waking up with gnarly headaches recently. It's like in my temporal area. It's just been hurting, and I don't know why. But I also am not quite someone who takes medication. Like, even if I'm in pain, I'm like, no to Advil. Like, I don't want to really take those right now. Like, I'll just suffer through it anyways. Because it doesn't really debilitate me, but I'm also like, it just hurts. But what am I gonna do about it? I just don't feel like taking medication, you know, like painkillers and stuff. Like, if I'm in excruciating pain, then sure, that's a different story. But for like a minor headache, I feel like there is no need to do that. Trying to think. I think next year classes will be back in session though, so yeah. Okay, so here's the final piece. This is version 1 with the lighter turtleneck that he initially wanted, and then I argued for a darker turtleneck, which is this one, which looks better, because there's more contrast. So yeah, I won that argument, by the way. He agreed, and he thought that this is a better piece. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching though. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me rant. Any advice you'd like to give me, go ahead, about like YouTube or even just art in general. And yeah, I want to thank you guys. Like and subscribe if you'd like to continue with this journey, and have a great day. Bye.